Okay, let's look at the agenda. So today it is the, I could have prepared this.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. And I heard Benjamin. Okay. Yeah, there's some agenda items I saw that were brought in. Someone from the UAA in here in that call? No. So let's start with the event log forwarder then.
Well, I have Ben 2 times, and Chris is not there in your list in attendees.
Oh. So. Yes, better. Oh, and there's an L missing. Yeah, typos. Event log forwarder. So I think Ben Fuller. Yeah, I think you're here for that, right? For the event log forwarder.
We were looking into this project. We saw that event log forwarder is on our logging list, and the two things I noticed is one, I have no permissions on it. The other thing is we were looking into it to try and figure out whether or not we should continue it as a project or whether we should try and plan some sort of way to integrate it with Windows syslog release. But I don't know. I was just reaching out to see if anyone had any thoughts.
No, to be honest, I haven't looked into it. I also don't know. I think David Stevenson put your name there and put all this together. So we're still trying to navigate like how we are supposed to collaborate with the different areas. So like last call before the holiday break, we had the UAA folks and the CredHub folks join. We went through their issues, and we're trying to at this point mostly just get a workflow for handling and reviewing pull requests. And it's not so much about like direction on where we want to go with features. So it's more like if there's a pull request, we can discuss it. And like if there's someone who wants to do the work, right, then they can make a pull request, and then the community, like we as a group, can review those pull requests. That's mostly but it's not that we have the authority to assign people to do the work. Except for like reviews, like we can assign people to review things. That's like the duty of the people that are the reviewers. But it's not like we can say we're going to do a bunch of engineering work. That's up to the foundation members. Does that help, or? I don't know best. Yeah, so if you're looking to do like a bigger effort, I would try to find support within maybe VMware. Maybe ask David Stevenson if that's something, or I don't know who else to ask. But yeah, and then we could have like support to do that type of work, and then there would be a pull request to do the work, and that would be reviewed by the people in this call. Or there's actually more people, but on that list. So, and in these calls, we typically just go over the different. So we have a GitHub project, and then in there we have different tabs for the different areas. So for example, for syslog, these PRs are there and they need to be reviewed basically, or closed if they are no longer relevant. So while you are here, do you have any context on these?
Not particularly. I was just looking at them.
Okay, 2018 seems old.
Bot is not enabled yet on those things.
No, yeah, so we have a stale bot as well for some of the projects, but that's not globally rolled out yet. So typically we start closing issues after 14 days of inactivity.
By the way, that the event logger, is that a replacement for something in the box?
It's so my understanding is it's a thing that forwards the Windows event logs via syslog, kind of the like OS level logs, but as far as I understand, if it exists, possibly it could be brought into Windows syslog release, and if it was brought into Windows syslog release, then it would support TLS, which it currently doesn't. And then perhaps we could support it with a simpler code base.
Yeah, sounds like a bigger PR.
Yeah. Oh, this is Gary.
I don't have any plans to like get that started in any immediate time frame, but I thought it'd be interesting to reach out and see if anyone has thoughts on like whether that seems like a reasonable idea.
Sounds reasonable, but I have like very little context on this.
Yeah, for me as well. It's just sounds reasonable, but I have no no context on it whatsoever.
Oh, these are actually issues. Why are there issues here? Oh, because of the filtering. So yeah, I will just follow up or ask if they can be closed. Or I will just close it.
It's from 2018.
Yeah. That's that. Let's go to the Bosch PRs. And Ben, feel free to drop off if you don't find this interesting. Yeah, okay. Thanks for joining. Okay, so there's nothing in the inbox. Let's go from this side actually. What's the status on this one? Oh yeah, this is blocked on the PR that needs, this one has been approved. We are just waiting for the dependent, the actual implementation to be merged. This is the docs PR. That's this one. So this one has been approved by 2 people, but I think Kenneth had a last comment which had like quite some concerns. So I would like the author of the PR to address the comment from.
No, because he said at the bottom, he says as is. So for now, I strongly merging these PR as is. It's just a notification from, please do this in the next time. That's how I read it.
What's NAAK? Does anybody know?
I haven't tried that yet.
It's kind of important. Like I'm not sure what, like, depending on what this means, it could be
Nudging
that-
towards. It says merging this PR as is. I don't know, nudging and leaning into. I don't know what it.
NAK, I don't know.
But it could also, if it's like I'm not okay with. I'm strongly. Okay, but I don't know. Okay, I will ask him, and then we can, if he's okay with it, we can merge it.
It's American. Maybe Chris could help us understand that.
I do not know that acronym, I'm afraid.
All right.
This PR was so huge. It's just, and he tried pretty hard to do a good job. So.
Yeah, that's also been approved by, yeah. So
it's improved several times. It works.
Okay, I will just.
It's the Azure CPI. I don't care.
Okay, I will just ask him here. Okay. I expect him to respond on this quickly, so then we can will be merged. Okay, so that's good, and then we can merge this one as well. Why is this in waiting changes? Oh, it's in waiting changes because it needs a signed CLA. Okay. Let's wait for that.
So I have pushed new code here today.
Okay, nice.
And hopefully this should fix the issue. Well, so Donatello from IBM, we had a meeting 1 month ago, nearly 4 weeks ago. He told me SoftLayer was due to be retired sometime in the future. So, and he could not provide me any thought on any implementation. So I just implemented a small in-memory cache for already seeing disk IDs and already resolved device path in /dev. And this solves the issue, basically, so that the resolving can be called many times, reaching out the same result. And the cache holds 10 entries, and remove the oldest one whenever going over that. But few people are mounting more than 10 disks, I guess. 10 persistent disks.
No, that's super fun. Okay, so we should. You already reached out 6 hours ago, right? So that we just wait for that, and then this needs to be reviewed, and we can merge it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have CI, so we should pass on their CI, and then it's okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. Yes. There's some comments. I also will look into that because I think it needs, we could do with some structural changes. Or like UX, as in currently it works by, if you set the environment variable, then it will build a different stem cell. I think we should be really explicit about it being a VIP stem cell. So maybe like even the name of the stem cell. So it should be like Ubuntu-VIPs or something, right? In the deployment manifest. So yeah, I think this should be more of like an argument in the rake task to build the stem cell. But like that's just I need to dig into how I think what that should look like. We'll do that. But apart from that, the changes themselves are seem okay. And Ramon has been working on setting up CI to actually test the VIP stem cell. And that's a broader discussion we are currently having with Canonical to see if we can bring this support in a more supported way to the broader community. But that's still an ongoing discussion.
Nice.
The registry is being removed. Yeah, this is just.
It's not merged yet, isn't it?
No, it's not merged.
Yeah.
No, this is an ongoing. I think it's waiting for a review from you as well, I guess.
I haven't read that yet. Yeah.
No, it's also not an old. Oh wait, it is an old PR, but I think it was just before the Christmas period or something. But it would be good if Constantine, but I think Constantine is okay. So Long has had an update here.
Yeah, and it also means that if we remove registry, we are dropping support for V1 contract with CPI.
Yes.
Altogether, and it has quite a lot of other impacts, I guess. Possibly document that. And there is also relation with contract with stem cells. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, agent wise, right?
Yeah. Yeah, V2 stem cells are shipping with V2 agents. Is that correct?
I don't know. I would have to dig in. But yeah, raise your concerns in the PR. I think that's the best thing to do, because this is more of a like, this was a story in the backlog VMware. It's just like cleanup of technical debt. Something we haven't like. We have had this V2 CPI for a long time, right? So it's about time to start actually remove old code. We're not, and also it's like a security type issue, right? Where you have this key value store basically, and you're putting stuff in there with secrets. I mean,
Mm.
if you're not using it, maybe just don't have those secrets, right? So you don't have to explain them to security folks.
Mm.
I think
And
that was the main driver, to have less attack surface. I mean, I don't know what a potential attack would look like, but it's just easier to explain if you don't have to explain credentials, right? If there's no credentials, that's always the easier when talking about security.
And possibly there are quite a lot of code in the agent
So
that
that's the
can be
main
removed
driver here.
already
Um,
also. Well,
And I think
there's some lag.
I was lagging.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shall I repeat what I said about like? Yeah.
No, it's-
Okay. Yeah. One
Yeah.
last thing. I think Konstantin is on vacation, so that's why he didn't respond yet.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention about the registry that there is also impacts on Bosch Agent, because there are a lot of ways to fetch the dynamic settings that are no more necessary if there is no possibility of having any registry.
So you mean we could remove some code from the agent?
Yeah, quite a lot of code, yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe add that in the PR as well as context, like in the review.
Can you go to the code, the files changed tab? Seems to be. Okay.
I would say we need a test at least, right? And
Yeah.
assigned CLA. Yeah, that's too much.
Some test coverage.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Test coverage, yeah, that would also be a good option. So this is basically pending review. This is actually waiting for changes. Speed up template rendering. This is a fresh one. This just came in 20 hours ago. Okay, this is just caching of variables. There are some, yeah, it says it here. We have some customers that are using ThreadHub where they have like a lot of a lot of certificates on their Go routers, like 1,000 or something, and then it loads all those certificates individually, all those variables, and then it renders the templates for each router instance separately. So without caching, this means that it's taking a lot of time. This is an effort to improve that.
I like this.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, yeah, just review it, I guess, and then we can get this merged. Yep. Okay. Shall we take a look at some issues? There's things that have come in. Let's see. Last activity.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yes, this one, yeah. I submitted that last Sunday, and it looks like a pretty bad one. I had to patch my Bosch directors live to get them actually be able to do something. Yeah,
Why?
seems that the Vavi Capstore TMP is required by the Blobstore client used by the director, the Ruby code of the Blobstore clients. But temporary files into a persistent disk. What does it mean?
Why is it
And
putting it in the persistent disk? That's weird,
yeah,
right?
really weird. That's the first question to ask. And the workaround is to allow BPM to write there, to mount this as a writable directory, but it's just a workaround right now. Yeah, the question is, why write anything there? It's definitely not the right place where to do something temporary. So yeah, I've just commented that this afternoon, and yeah, we'll see who has time to spend some time on it. But it looks, I couldn't deploy anything with the latest version of Bosch Director. So
On Bosch Lite.
on Bosch Lite, yes.
And this is not a problem in other
but
infrastructure?
Yeah, it should be a problem whenever the Bosch Director is using some local blob store, some Nginx-based blob store.
But that's to like so that's basic the default Bosch deployment, right? So Bosch deployment on any infrastructure should be broken then.
Yeah. I have specificities in my Bosch deployment. I'm using an old version of Bosch deployment from April 2020. I don't remember why I had to revert to that. And with a newer Bosch release version of the Bosch release, maybe I should check what I have in my deployment manifest. But it looked, the stack trace is pointing at some Ruby code that seems to be shipped with the Bosch Director. So
it would be like a really, I guess, cheap test to test if you can reproduce the issue with the latest Bosch deployment.
yeah,
right, before like just to rule out like simple things. I mean, the alternative is quite severe, so let's try rule out
I was in a hurry when I submitted that issue because I had to finish preparing a training for Monday.
Okay.
And yeah, I realized this should have never this could not possibly pass any CI on your side.
No.
Mm.
So
Okay, so I may have something wrong on my side.
no
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah, just test and then follow up.
Hmm.
Okay. Shall I put a comment here or?
Oh, yes. Don't hesitate to.
Yeah, then it's like visible to everybody.
I need to upgrade the VirtualBox CPI anyway. So yeah.
Okay, I'll put that there. Okay, this is new. Oh wait, so this is now in a state of what? Discussion. Yes, we're trying to scope and figure out what's going on. Yeah, Bosch CLI. And Joseph. Yeah, and there's already a PR to work on this. So I would say this is I will assign it to Joseph Palermo because you know he's working on it and it's prioritized.
They
So
could
this is
overwrite the URLs. They could provide the stem cells to some.
I thought we skipped the whole China thing.
yeah, I think we stopped publishing to China.
Like a year ago or something. Not even, I think even more.
We don't have support for ITBS China then. Okay.
Because we didn't have any entity in China, so we could not add it into.
Yeah, that was like I think Pivotal had an entity in China, so they were able to have an account there and be able to publish. But now with the acquisition by VMware, that entity at some point was yeah, stopped or demolished. I don't know the right word for what do you do to an entity? Yeah, something like that.
Close.
Closed or gone. So yeah, there was no legal entity anymore and there's apparently some certificate or something that you need to be able to publish AMIs in a China region. We don't have that. So maybe the foundation wants to look into that, but I think it's quite a complex thing.
I think if it's only one person, why not just use fat stem cells? It's just,
yes.
that's extra 10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. Um, wow, my typing. Wow.
Right.
Yeah, this is painful to watch, people.
Tired fingers.
Yes. No, I didn't sleep this night because my son decided to have a face. It was like, oh, he's just one, so he was teasing or something. It was interesting.
Dear parents, I decided you would not sleep that night.
Yes, you're not gonna sleep this night. Not this night. Um, something like that. Oh,
It's the Google storage. It's
wow.
not
Yeah.
original.
Okay. That that's probably the there's a PR for this. I'm gonna assign it. Because I mean there's a PR, so it is basically prioritized, right? Or is it waiting for contribution? I'm just gonna do it like this. No strong opinions. More Rubicon offenses. This PR, did it get merged? No, we still have that one. Okay, so this
Seems we should just tell him to submit some PR.
it looks like he wants to work on this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna assign him and make it prioritized, right? Because it's like this. It's just waiting on this other PR to be merged.
I have fixes for some of these offenses ready to submit. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, so we're just gonna follow up once this is merged. I thought there was someone who worked on this. there a pull request? This skipped a pull request. Interesting. This doesn't seem to be related to this. I will check on this. I think this is prioritized and there's going to be a pull request from the VMware side. I vaguely remember that. We'll leave that open and check that later.
Oh, it's Jean-Christophe. So yeah, they have, it seems that they now have production on this at Orange. So
What's the
I didn't see the SQL error. Well, maybe in the logs. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe a column has been added and some SQL query was not updated.
seems unlikely?
I don't know.
Okay, so description is create deployments. Result is okay, yeah, so that's the this is not the error, so this is the error. So that's raised
There's-
somewhere else then.
Yeah, there's a stack trace above.
Oh,
Then we
invalid
can put-
input syntax for type boolean.
Cloud properties.
Oh, hey, what's this?
Strange.
There's a new line.
Yeah, there should be a new line. Cloud properties, new line.
maybe it's related to escaping, improper escaping while writing
This
the
looks
logs.
really weird.
But yeah. But we don't have the whole string anyway.
Mhm.
Those ellipses,
Yes.
yeah, they might be introduced when logging the error. But it seems that the string cloud properties is given as a Boolean value somewhere. But the AZ definition is really weird. Shouldn't it be dash names these three, then cloud properties?
Yeah, this looks really weird, right?
Mm.
This looks really weird. And then I said, is this what you meant? And then he says, yes, that's what I meant. But still, I'm concerned that might, because based on the error, it could still be like a weird YAML thing. I'm gonna ask for the full cloud config.
If you may edit his message and add some backticks for the formatting of the.
But that's not gonna make it better.
I think the spaces are there, but it's just that he didn't.
Put in back.
Jean-Christophe is not very keen on Markdown syntax.
I see.
So
So if you make it, but this is still wrong. Oh no, this is fine. Is it?
it's fine, yes. You
this
in a
should be fine.
subnet, you have cloud properties, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just ordered alphabetically.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard to debug based on
Yeah.
on that.
What would we need to get further here?
I don't know. And the version 72 is the latest one.
Which CPI is he even using?
vSphere.
Where does it say that? Oh, because it's released on Teaser. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, it's the latest.
Yeah, it's the latest one.
Okay. I don't know for now. Let's continue because I don't want to, unless someone else has anything else they want to add. Because I don't want to spend too much time on one issue. Like maybe there's other issues that we can make progress on. This is still, but I have followed up offline So this is the thing that sparked basically the whole discussion with Canonical about why do they need this tool, because they want to like build a stem cell. Can we help them by providing a pipeline? So this is just going into another direction. So because I don't think there's like a real need for precompiled binaries of a tool that's only supposed to be used in a stem cell in a pipeline. So there's no action needed here. No, that one we already looked at. So this one was updated recently. This is not stale because there's a pull request. We already discussed this one, I think. This one discussed. Discussed. This is the last one. Yeah, there should be a story in the pivotal backlog, but I will check on that. Or VMware backlog. That's it for today, guys. Is there anything else we should discuss? Okay. Thank you all for joining, and see you all
Yeah.
next week.
Cool.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.